Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Acara kami menyediakan banyak bahasa. Silakan lihat suprememastertv.com/schedule.
It's really about listening and trusting what you're getting and recognizing when it's a message and not just your thoughts and fears coming in. So it does take practice to get really in tune.
Wynter, Worsthorne, Vegan and Animaltalk Africa, Part 2 of 2. Please continue watching to learn about using your heart to connect with other beings.
The health benefits of not eating meat will save you more money and buy you more time. Avery Yale Camilla, vegan.
Ahlan wa sahlan. That is one way to say welcome in modern standard Arabic. Vibrant viewers, I am Masad, your vegan host from the Desert Hedgehog Kingdom. Multi-ethnic Mauritania prays that each day brings you a new fragrance of Allah's love. Welcome to our show, Wynter, Worsthorne, Vegan, and Animaltalk Africa, Part 2 of 2. As we learned yesterday, Ms. Worsthorne, vegan, is an interspecies communicator and teacher who has been listening to animal people for more than 20 years. She is also the founder of Animaltalk Africa, a consultation service and online academy for learning the subtle arts of exchanging messages with non-human sentient beings. During the interview she graciously recorded for Supreme Master Television in 2022, Ms. Worsthorne, vegan, described the steps required for successful inner communication.
It's basically getting out of your head and your thoughts, so clearing your mind completely, but that's not enough. You need to drop into this heart space, and the heart space is where your intuition lives, for want of a better word. And it's through the energy of unconditional love, which is, I've often called it a God love as opposed to a human love. And it's feeling that love for whoever you want to communicate with, without judgment, without need, just a pure, clean love, which is very difficult for a lot of people to achieve. And so it's about getting into that space. And then the moment you're in that space, you feel that connection, because the animals love us unconditionally. And most animal lovers know that and accept that. So it's getting on that same wavelength, that energy frequency of unconditional love. And once you're there, then you just have to be aware of what is going on when you're receiving information. It's pictures, it's feelings, it's sounds, but all intuitive. So mental images, quantum holograms, clairvoyance and clairguscience, which is smells and tastes, clairaudience. These are all psychic terms, but it's really just a way of describing how the message comes through to you intuitively. And it's really about listening and trusting what you're getting and recognizing when it's a message and not just your thoughts and fears coming in. So it does take practice to get really in tune, and for most people it takes a lot of practice. For some people they just get it. Yeah. But we all have the ability to do this. It's our birthright. We are born able to communicate with all beings.
Miss Worsthorne, vegan, has often been surprised by the depth of understanding in the animal people she has conversed with, and those experiences have elicited her deep respect.
One of the things they taught me is that they know everything that is going on in their environment and in the family. I'm just thinking about a story with a horse that stopped eating, and his person was very worried about him, and he would eat the apples and carrots that she gave him, but he wouldn't eat the food that was brought in. And he just showed me that the human was worried about money. I just got this sense of absolute fear of things running out and not being enough money. So I relayed this to his person, and she was astounded because she said, oh, you know, when they delivered the food, the big expensive lucerne bales or whatever it was, she said to him, now you need to make this last the whole winter because I can't afford to buy any more. So he just didn't eat it. But the apples and the carrots she got free from the farmer. So you have to be very careful with what you say to your animal friends, no matter who they are, you know, whether it's a horse, whether it's a pet rat or a wild lion, your intention and your worries affect them and affect their lives. And whatever kind of connection you have with the animals in your life, know that they take you seriously and they will listen.
According to Miss Worsthorne, vegan, caregivers must remember that animal people have their own wisdom, and humans don't always make the best choices for them.
You know, animals have their own free will, and just because you can communicate something to them doesn't mean they're going to actually act on it if they have a different need to your need. They know better what's good for them than we do. We kind of try and orchestrate things from a human perspective, whereas they can, especially with wild animals, and, you know, some of the most beautiful things that I've seen is when humans try and plan something with, you know, especially with the Lion Project, when you're introducing new lions and you've got a certain way, that the scientific way that does it, and then the lions say, no, this is not working, and then they break out of the boma, the enclosure, and they do it their own way, and it actually works that much better.
Vegan, because we don't have the heart to harm anyone.
Miss Worsthorne, vegan, has a special connection with people from the Lion Kingdom. Early in her career, she left home to live in the United Kingdom for a while. She missed her homeland, however, and began reading Mystery of the White Lions to console herself. She enjoyed the book so much that she wrote to the author Linda Tucker. As fate would have it, the two women arranged to meet in London and shared their aspirations. After returning to South Africa, Miss Worsthorne, vegan, got involved with Miss Tucker's conservation organization.
So basically from the very beginning, my role at the White Lion Trust was assisting with decision making with the lion ecologist and with Linda herself, what the next steps were. And it was, of course, just a small project with 4 lions at that stage, and then some other rescued lions came in.
Miss Worsthorne, vegan, also facilitated the forthcoming documentary To Elephant Eyes. The director, Rachel Dunn, was inspired by an inner revelation that an elephant person somewhere had an important message for her. She understood it meant making a film, but she had to find this gentle giant first. So she asked Miss Worsthorne, vegan, for her assistance.
I just went into my heart space and I said, if there's any elephant that needs our help that we can have access to, that we can help with this movie, let me know. And I kept on getting this name, Majaji. Majaji. Majaji is the name of the rain queen in South Africa. Anyway, and Rachel came to me and said, what are we going to, I said, just search for elephant Majaji. And we found her. And we found her up in Limpopo province, which is the other side of South Africa. So off we trekked to me. And yes, the guy that owned the tourism business said, yes, come and see my elephants. They're so clever. We'd love to have you here. So we went and we communicated. We filmed our journey. We filmed Majaji's message.
Another facet of communication with non-human species is paying attention to their actions. Ms. Worsthorne, vegan, explains that animal folk often do things on purpose with intention, and people should be mindful of this.
I'm just thinking of a video that was shared recently where a whale was dying, came into the harbour of one European city, I don't know where it was, and they dragged it out to sea, and eventually I think they euthanized it or it died, and they opened this whale up and he was so full of plastic, so full of, whole plastic bags, and they've made a whole video on it, and that has really touched people's hearts to show what we are doing. So, that whale could have washed up on some empty beach somewhere and died. We need to assist. We need to assist, and the authorities are stuck in the dark ages where, let nature take its course, but nature is not nature anymore in so many ways because we have destroyed so much of it. It's interesting because out of tragedy, we hope that change and transformation will come about.
Near the end of the interview, Ms. Worsthorne, vegan, expressed her longing for planetary renewal.
My vision for the world is a place where we can live in harmony and peace with Mother Nature in all her beautiful forms, whether it's our animal friends, our tree friends, plants, insects, everything that is part of us and we are part of them. We need to live in harmony, and I can see it. It is possible, and that is my vision, that everyone wakes up and listens and that we start working towards that.
We sincerely thank Ms. Worsthorne, vegan, for the opportunity to learn from her and for being such a loving spokesperson for our voiceless co-inhabitants. May the sun continue to smile on her as she walks in the light of faith. For more information about Ms. Worsthorne, vegan, and Animaltalk Africa, please visit animaltalkafrica.co.za.
Vegan, see you in heaven.
Dynamic viewers, it was delightful being with you today. Thank you for joining us. Coming up next is Go in the Direction of Peace and Be Grateful to Have a Better Life, Part 5 of 5 on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May divine love permeate your thoughts, words, and actions.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.